evening, Mrs. Hart.
How you doing?
Pretty okay. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Awesome. Good to
Yeah.
hear. So, what are we in for today?
Well, we're supposed to discuss all different ways of cutting cholesterol, including label reading. I guess we were going to discuss that, which I don't know a whole lot about, really.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. A lot of people aren't really sure about all the different numbers and where they're supposed to be in relation.
Right, and like if you buy like a piece of meat or something, I mean, how do you know if it's not labeled anyway? Because a lot of times the meat's not labeled.
Right.
Once in a while you'll find some that is,
Or
but
if it
most
is,
of the
it's
time
under
you
that,
won't. Right.
Yucky packaging.
Got it.
Okay, so for you, we wanted to do a lower cholesterol.
Right.
Because I have your lab values here, and we want to improve those.
Okay.
I'm going to be real with you. It's not, going to happen overnight.
No.
Your lab values were higher than average for your LDL cholesterol, which is your bad cholesterol.
Right.
And total was around normal, but at the very top of high, and your good cholesterol was on the low side of normal, so
Okay.
your triglycerides were also very high. And
that's bad?
yeah.
Okay, because I don't know a whole lot about this.
I mean, it's not great. It's not ideal.
Right, okay.
So, all right. What we were going to do for you, and I have your form that you filled out about your intake.
Yeah.
I went through that, and you said that you wanted to know more about creative meal planning and different substitutions.
Right.
And it seems like when I look at your food record, like you're pretty on the ball. You have some vegetarian options.
Yep.
Do you do that often, would you say?
As far as what?
Like how many meals in a week would you say you try to make like vegetarian?
Oh, meatless. Absolutely meatless. I try to do 3 to 4 a week of a meatless diet. Yeah. The only thing I usually have is tuna. And chicken. I don't do a lot of beef. I don't do a lot of pork once in a great while. And it's always a lean piece of pork, like a pork loin.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you cut whatever fat's off of that, too, because it's really good. But don't eat a lot of it.
And why would you say you don't eat a lot of it?
Because I'm trying to keep all the cholesterol down.
Okay. So it seems like you're on your way to knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
To quote I believe it's the American Heart Association, a diet for somebody that's worried about their cholesterol is low in saturated fat and high in fruits and vegetables.
Got it.
So that's, you're on your
Yeah,
way.
and I always have fruits and veggies around, always.
Okay, so you're going to be an easy person to deal with.
Well, I know a lot of people that have fruits and veggies hanging around too, but doesn't mean they eat them.
That's true. They actually have to go in your mouth for some reason.
Exactly.
Okay, so were you comfortable keeping the food record? Like when you had to write down your food intake and your beverage intake every day?
Yeah, it was kind of an eye-opener, actually.
So did you enjoy the experience then?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes, it got to be a pain in the neck, and especially when I realized what I had already eaten and that I really can't go any farther on that one.
Right.
It's like, bummer.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, so, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
Good eye-opener to see what you've actually, because, I mean, how many times I personally have been sitting around and eaten something and been like, oh, I didn't mean to eat all that, but I was watching television.
Exactly. Yeah, watching TV is probably
Yeah.
a big no-no anyway.
Yeah.
Because you're not paying attention to what
No.
you're doing.
And
And
then
I've
you
heard they
finish it
recommend that you don't eat in front of the TV anyway.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That is true, because you're not focusing on your portions,
That's
and
what I
that's why
thought.
that bag of chips, it just goes away.
Wow. Yeah, that's just wrong.
Yeah, never good, especially not, for
Yeah,
your cholesterol.
exactly.
So, if I was going to ask you your confidence level in journaling your food every day, what would you say that it is?
Ooh, as far as what's the scale we're working on?
10 being like, I'm totally going to love doing this every day.
5.
And
Honestly, 5.
Okay. So you're not real in love with the paper tracking?
No, but I'll do it. I mean, if it does, it kind of wakes you up on the whole deal.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you don't love doing it, but what do you think your chances are of sticking with it if you had to do it, I don't know, until our next session in a couple weeks?
Oh, I should be able to do that for 2 weeks, no problem.
Okay. Now, if I added another component to it,
oh boy.
if I wanted you to track also your cholesterol, but I have some what I consider to be pretty good ideas to make it easier for you to do that.
How do you do that?
Okay, so we have ways. The suggestion for people with heart disease and high cholesterol and what you have, which is considered metabolic syndrome, which is a combination of heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes.
Lovely. They have a name for that.
They do. And the suggestion for those sorts of
MHP,
people,
multiple health problems.
that too. Those suggestions for normal people are 300 milligrams a day for cholesterol, and for people with a tendency towards the higher end of the spectrum and heart disease, they actually suggest you limit your intake to 200 milligrams a day, according to the American Heart Association.
Yeah.
So if I asked you to track this on an app, could you do that? Do you use smartphones?
Yeah, I could give it a shot. I got a Droid.
You have an Android phone?
Yeah.
And if I gave you the name of a couple apps to try and track your cholesterol, because you said that you had a hard time knowing some of the meats and stuff.
Right.
If they gave it to you on an app, would that help you track
Yeah,
it?
probably would be a lot better than having me sit down and try to write it all out, because I know I'll forget half of it. And then I'll go, wow, I didn't eat all that much. And then I'll just keep right on cruising and forget to write stuff down. And then before you know it, I've really gone overboard anyway.
Okay, so there's an app I'm going to recommend, and it's called MyFitnessPal.
Okay.
And MyFitnessPal, I can show you how to use it, but it's a calorie counter, but it also has the other nutrition facts for almost every food you can imagine.
Yeah.
So if you're not sure what it is, you can look it up, and then it just keeps track of every meal.
So that'll tell me, like, if I got a piece of chicken, how much cholesterol would be in, like, a 2 to 3 ounce piece of chicken breast.
Yes.
All right.
I'm also probably going to send you home with a small pamphlet about portion sizes, so that you can eyeball them, and then you can look it up on MyFitnessPal and know approximately, because it compares it to, like, household items.
Yeah.
Like, this piece of chicken should be about the size of a computer mouse, or this.
Right.
So you can compare it by looking at it.
Yeah, and the portions are a lot smaller that way too.
Yeah, and then if you import it on there, you can see where your cholesterol levels are. And I'd say for now, if we generally aim for 200 milligrams a day, that would really make a difference for you.
Okay.
My next suggestion, if you don't mind me offering it.
Okay.
Your LDL cholesterol comes from your meat intake, and I know that you said that you mostly have cut that out, so we're not going to discuss too much of that, because you seem to understand it. What I was going to suggest is for your good cholesterol, your healthy cholesterol.
Yeah, how do you get that where it's supposed to be?
To increase that, there's a lot of certain foods that are high in it.
Okay.
And if you want to remember it, like HDL is your good cholesterol, your healthy, H for healthy.
Got
it. So some suggestions that I found, once again from the Heart Association, to increase your HDL levels, which you want: olive oil, beans and legumes, whole grains, high fiber fruit, fatty fish, flax, nuts, chia seeds.
What about avocado?
Avocado's on there too.
All right, because I eat a lot of them.
So and they said on a lot of things, like a lot of recipes that call for like cheese, you can actually use an avocado. It's not going to be like the same, but if you did like a grilled sandwich, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because you were saying you made those turkey sandwiches occasionally. So if you wanted to do like turkey, which is not your worst evil, but the combo of like turkey and cheese might be really high.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be comfortable maybe swapping out the cheese for some avocado?
Absolutely. Yeah, because that would make more sense anyway, because cold cuts to begin with, that's another problem, sodium intake. And I got to keep that down.
Well, if you just took out because I
This is
see,
a high blood pressure.
right, and I saw in your log that you occasionally did like a sandwich or something that you would use like egg and cheese or like a little bit of turkey and cheese.
Yeah.
And you're very moderate with your saturated fat intake, but if you wanted to even farther that,
Skip the cheese.
switch out your cheese so that you can still have the lean meat and
Yeah.
try out some avocado if you're open to that.
Right. What about tuna?
Tuna is considered a source of good cholesterol,
Okay.
HDL,
Okay.
but you kind of also have to be a little moderate with that sometimes because of mercury content and what have you.
Yeah.
It's not recommended to eat tuna more than a few times a week, so I wouldn't make it like a
Oh
grand
no.
staple of your
No.
diet because we're still
It's in a
trying to
can.
go.
Right, anything in a can's just bad.
We're still trying to go a little lower on the animal foods,
Got it.
ideally, if you're
Alrighty.
open to that.
Okay. Now, so what you're gonna do is show me the app, and we'll figure that out. And what else do we have to do? Oh yeah. Label reading.
Absolutely. Okay, so aside from MyFitnessPal, which will tell you their cholesterol right there, you'll be able to
Right.
see it on the screen. For things that you already know or things that you can check to make sure MyFitnessPal is being reliable,
Okay.
I have some handy dandy food labels.
Oh boy.
So, Skippy peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
First one. The label is required normally to have the cholesterol,
Right.
and you'll find it right there.
Got it.
A lot of your plant-based products, like this peanut butter, will be cholesterol-free, 0 milligrams.
Right.
So that'll be like the big ticket of what you're looking at. Also, if you want to look at your saturated fat and see how much it is.
Okay.
The percent daily value is based on 2,000 calories. So if you're aiming for a 2,000 calorie diet, 2 tablespoons of this peanut butter, make sure you check your serving size,
Mm-hmm.
will give you 18% of your daily value of saturated fat.
Okay.
So just be cognizant, you're not just looking at cholesterol, you kind of want to do the, just
Is the saturated
List
fat
them.
cholesterol?
saturated fat is a triglyceride.
Okay.
It is part of what helps these numbers, like your triglyceride levels.
Got it. Got it.
And cholesterol makes up fats.
Got it.
So you
Alright.
kind of have to watch both. As long as you're keeping an eye on your saturated fat intake, we're not going to worry about that for now. For now, we're just going to look at straight cholesterol numbers, and we'll
Got
see
it.
how your levels.
And peanut butter doesn't have any cholesterol then?
No.
Okay, good.
However,
Oh yeah, here we go.
we're going to go with, this is an animal
Sodium.
product, so you could imagine
It is?
cream of chicken soup. We've
Oh,
got
it's cream of chicken. I thought
we've
it was
got chicken.
mushroom. Nope.
We've got cream, we've got chicken. This is 98% fat-free,
Right.
but check the back. You've still got 5 milligrams of cholesterol
Okay.
and 0.5 grams of saturated fat. Not the worst, not bad at all. I'm not going to
How's
mess
the
with it too
sodium
bad.
on that?
750
Oof.
milligrams. So this might not be a safe bet for someone looking
No.
into it from a metabolic syndrome point
Got
of
it.
view. And it's only a half a cup serving, so there's 2.5 in this can.
Okay, got it.
So what I'm going to send you home with is a couple samples of labels and how to read them. I'm going to send you home with a handout for that.
Got it.
One for portion sizes.
Got it.
And we'll go over the MyFitnessPal app, and I'll send you home a little brochure about that.
All right, sounds good. We did it.
Okay, so I'll see you in 2 weeks for the next session, and we'll see how you did.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good day.
I shall try. Thank you.